I am Ren.
And I am Zach. And
And
we
we
are the Geeks of the
the
Roundtable.
Today we're talking about Scream 5,
Universal Monster Movies.
John Krasinski,
Guardians and Thor 4.
the Soul movie trailer from Pixar,
Onward, Pixar Theory.
and life and movies being utterly cancelled and delayed for us to do nothing in life.
Absolutely. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Geeks of the Roundtable.
Welcome everyone to the second episode, the second installment of the Geeks of the Roundtable podcast. As we've mentioned already, I am Ren and my co-host Zach Pope. We're here today to talk about a lot of things. How are you doing, Zach?
Dude, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've had a pretty good day. I've had a good week. But then, over the course of literally less than 48 hours, I've just been stomped into the ground and been, what am I to do with my life? What am I to do with my life? My whole channel, everything is about movies, and obviously we'll talk about this. That is our main topic. We cannot mention why things are being canceled, because demonetization, that is a great thing in the world. But we're just going to call it the Umbrella Corporation is happening in this world, or maybe The Last of Us is actually happening. Whatever you want to say it, something's happening in this world. Things are being canceled, and yeah, it's life. Gotta be a little bit more creative now. It sucks. Two of the films got canceled. I was supposed to see in the next couple of days. I don't have an email that the screenings got canceled, but everyone else got canceled, so I'm assuming they're canceled. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but I'm living. I'm living, and this is what's gonna make my week better. I watched Clone Wars this morning, and now I'm talking with you, so it's a great thing.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I bought on March 2nd my tickets for No Time to Die, and only yesterday they were canceled.
Jesus.
Yep. And you can still, over here at least at Cineworld, you can still book tickets for A Quiet Place Part 2, but it's only showing in one cinema. I don't even know where it is, but it's showing in one.
You know what's funny? That happened to me a couple weeks back. What happened was I wanted to see The Way Back, and only one theater in Arizona was showing it on a Thursday night. So I bought tickets, went there, and guess what? They weren't. No, they said that they weren't allowed to show it, even though they still had it on the marquee that I could buy tickets there, and Fandango still had it on their website. I got my money back and everything, but then I emailed Fandango and said, hey, I want the surge charge fee back because there was no movie. And they said, oh, we can't do that. That's not our fault. That's the theater. Dude, I threw such a fit. I said, okay, I'll just never use your services again. And obviously, if you check my account, I use them for everything.
Yeah.
So literally within less of 24 hours, I got an apology and a freaking, I got a refund and what was it? $10 free to use for the next movie. So I was like, all right, cool. You guys hooking it up. I couldn't really I couldn't blame the theater because they didn't know. Most films you can show on a Thursday night. Apparently, you just couldn't show it on that one. But yeah, it's kind of weird in that part. But yeah, it just sucks, dude. It sucks. For people who are new to this podcast, though, if you want to catch it on audio only, we do have a Good Boys podcast stream down below. There's a bunch of different podcasts that I host on there, but this is where Geeks of the Roundtable will be. So if you want to listen to us on audio, go over there. And also on iTunes, it also is over there. I'm trying to fix the thumbnail. I don't know why it's showing the other one. But in general, leave us a rating. Let us know how much you love us. Let us know all that sorts of stuff we want to hear. And then if you are new to this podcast, do understand the main topic might be what it is, but we'll get to it. We want to discuss everything else and kind of have a fun journey getting there. And that's kind of Geeks the Roundtable. If you've seen Onward, we're going onward on this one, man.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Onward, but we're starting with, I don't want to say dark, but an interesting topic. Because one of the biggest surprises last year was Ready or Not. I had such a fun time with that film. I still want to rewatch it again. I've only watched it the one time. Saw it at the theater. But now it's being reported that Scream is getting a reboot, according to what I've read, and it's from the directors of Ready or Not. Now, maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but here's the thought that popped in my head when I saw the headline. I might enjoy a Scream movie, finally.
Wow, you've never enjoyed a Scream movie?
I don't think they're horrible, but I don't get the hype behind them.
Now, are you ready to hear something from me?
Yeah.
I have actually never finished one. I've seen
Oh, wow.
glimpses of like the first, the second, the third, and to be honest, I think I've actually seen the whole entirety of the fourth.
Mm.
Um, but I've just never like, and I actually own them all. Like literally right behind me, I have them all, and I plan on watching them. I bought like the whole set.
Hmm.
But I'm very excited for this. Actually, I loved Ready or Not. It was like top 20 films for me last year. I've seen it like 3 times. Love, love, love it. To be honest, when I saw this, I said, Samara Weaving? Come on now. We gotta have
Yeah.
Samara Weaving in this. I'm curious though if it's gonna be a reboot or Scream 5 because no one's like the directors came out and said they are officially doing it, but they didn't say if it was going to be a reboot or a fifth one. What do you think they're gonna do?
I think I think it would be wiser to reboot it. I don't
I
think a Scream 5 just could work now. I guess Emma Roberts still looks the same ever since she did the fourth one in
That's
2010, was it? Something like that. But
sometime around there.
I don't think anyone else is like interesting in coming back to this franchise. The fourth one didn't make that much. It wasn't like that much. So I think it's wisest to reboot, and with their sensibilities and what we've seen they can do it Ready or Not, they clearly can bring some new life into it, and I think they'll be kind of trapped to do that if they do a Scream 5.
And I agree with you. And that's kind of what makes me excited about it. Yeah, I am actually quite excited to see what they can do with it, especially coming from these directors. Now, to be honest, is this exactly what I wanted them to do next? No, not at all. I would rather have them
Mhm.
do another type of unique idea. I'm not saying that Ready or Not was the most unique idea in the world. I mean, it is, but it obviously borrowed from other films. But I wanted to see something different.
Yeah.
But Scream 5. If they're gonna take it on, it makes me at least excited to go see it. It makes me actually say, "Hey, I should watch the other three
Yeah.
and fourth one again. That way, I can prep for 5." And then if they don't connect, I might not watch them all at all. So, um, I'm curious. I'm curious in the entirety. I know I'm very picky with horror films. Um, I don't know how you are with them. Are you picky with horror films?
I I wouldn't say I'm picky, but I'm also not someone who like defends them. I like horror just as I like any other genre, but I'm not particularly fond or connected to horror in a special way. But I'm also not against it.
Okay. See, like for me, so The Babadook was the first horror film that actually said to me, I should like horror films because
Yeah.
before that I had not really loved them because I'm not a fan of jump scares. A lot, and it really early 2000s to pretty much when The Babadook had come out, I would say that there was really not a great horror film. Like there were some good tid ones here and there, but a lot of them were junk. A lot of it was cliche jump scare, nothing original, a remake, and I really didn't care for them at all. And I think when it comes to horror, my only guilty pleasure is found footage. If it's found footage,
Mm.
it's really hard to fuck up found footage, man. It's really hard to mess it up if you know what I mean. Like I enjoy almost all the Paranormal Activities, yeah, even though I know they're not all great. I know 3 was pretty much the only good one, and after that, I enjoy Quarantine, Grave Encounters, even the new Blair Witch. I thought was the best Blair Witch film. Unpopular opinion, I think that's the best Blair Witch film. But the Babadook really solidified me like, hey, horror can be very unique. I felt after that we got a lot of unique horror films coming out of the way.
Mhm.
We have the Hereditaries, the Midsummers,
The
the Ready or
Witch.
Not, the Witch, It Follows, and
Yes.
even other films kind of following into that same category of having horror but being a different genre. Ex Machina is kind of a horror film.
Yeah, in a way.
Annihilation has a lot of horror tendencies to it. They're both
Mhm.
sci-fi though. So I'm kind of liking what they're able to do with these fundamentals. I'm just I'm curious with Scream 5. Slasher films, really, what was the last best slasher film we got? Halloween? I mean, I wouldn't say it was amazing. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot, but I
Yeah.
would say It Follows as a slasher film. That was probably the last best one.
Yeah.
I heard Hellfest was good, but I didn't see it. Was it good?
I haven't. I don't even know what that is.
It's a Blumhouse movie. It was like a Blumhouse movie from like
Oh, okay.
ago. So maybe it's probably 50-50. It's either shit or good. So
Yeah.
but I'm I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Do I really want them doing a Scream 5?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, I would be excited for anything these guys were doing, including this. But it's not just what I wanted them to do, I guess, as you said. But regardless, if they are doing this, which they are, I think it's a good thing for the film itself, even though I'm not a fan of the franchise, even though I'm not particularly excited about the project itself, the fact that these guys are in charge of it, that's a good thing. So what's left for us to do, Zach, is to ask, are we knighting this or throwing it in the dungeon?
I can I like semi-knight it? Like, we're gonna kind of knight you, but if it sucks, I'm gonna fucking cut your head off and throw you in the dungeon type thing.
Okay, we can knight it, but not welcome it into the round table.
I'm good for that. And for people who
Okay.
don't know, that's kind of a new thing we're trying this week. We're gonna knight each segment, see if we knight it, it means we're really excited for it. If we don't knight it, we throw it in the dungeon, then you're fucked. So
Yeah, you're dead.
let's move on to the next category or next topic. Universal monster movies, man. We knew this was gonna come. The second Invisible Man hit the marks, hit good categories on reviews, except for you. Hit.
Hey, I still give it a good review.
I
It's a
know,
good
I know.
movie.
I know. Just chopping you up, man. But we knew we were gonna get more. So, but then we hear this week that James Wan and Karyn Kumasama, is that how you say your name?
Karyn Kusama.
Karyn Kusama, we're going to be taking on two iconic Universal monster movies. So let's start with Kumasama's first. Dracula. Love it. Love it. I don't know if you're watching The Outsider on HBO. She actually directed an episode in there.
Oh, she did.
And that episode, and I didn't even know she directed, but I was like, this kind of feels like The Invitation, which is my favorite film by her. Which, did you know she directed Aeon Flux?
No, she
Dude,
did.
that was like her first film or something.
What?
Yeah. Dude, I might be completely wrong, but I'm trying to remember, but I'm 99.9% sure. Yeah, she directed, that was her first film.
Holy crap!
Yes, which I don't think that's a good movie, but it's funny because then she took like this long delay and then made The Invitation, which was great. I love The Invitation.
Very much like Patty Jenkins.
Yes, very much so. And then obviously Destroyer. I wasn't the biggest fan of Destroyer, but I thought the direction was the strongest part about that film. I really thought it came down to the script. I don't know. Did you ever see the Destroyer?
I didn't, but I really wanted to because that one came out in like January, February last year over here in the UK, and I was in production of my own film, so I just didn't catch it.
Dude, that's crazy that it came out that late. It was like a year later for you.
Yeah.
That's wild. But I'm really excited. I think Dracula, I would love to see her take on the character, especially after the Outsider episode. I'm not going to get into spoilers for people because you should definitely watch the Outsider. But that episode really I feel like that was her resume. That and The Invitation saying, "Hey, go make a Dracula movie." So I'm curious to ask you this: do you want it to be modern day, or do you want it to be old timey day? Do you want it to be modern tech day, like tech based for Dracula, like a Morbius type thing?
I'm not against the modern day setting. Look, if it was me, I would make like a period piece with Dracula, but I'm not against it, and I understand why they're doing it because they've tried doing Dracula old timey over and over again. So now, if she is this creative force that she is, and they're trusting her, and she wants to do it modern day, I say let her. Even though that wouldn't be my personal first instinct, I completely understand why and they should do it.
So when I heard this, I said, "Dang, it would be really cool if she did a period piece, maybe in the same sense of style where the Nightingale took." I thought that could. I mean, I remember, dude. I kind of wish Jennifer Kent would have gotten this, but I'm kind of good for Kumasama to do this.
Yeah.
So, but for me, so I'm in the minority. I like Dracula Untold. Is that the one? I didn't think it was total garbage. Like, it was fun, you know. And then the Tom Cruise Mummy movie's not good at all. That movie's not. But I kind of want this one modern day because, and I think it actually will be modern day because if we really think about it, they might not tie these in directly, but we know eventually if these all do good, they're gonna do something of bringing it all together. Which I think the easiest way would just do Van Helsing. You know, Van Helsing, and I'm kind of for it. I'm kind of for it, but give these great directors these chances to make these movies and then go forward with it. You know what I mean? Like, build up the universe. They're doing it right so far with Invisible Man. Invisible Man was great, and I think Dracula could be really cool because I'm imagining the only thing about it is you can't copy the idea of like Dracula being like a billionaire in this world because we just have the guy from Invisible Man.
True.
So maybe it's a descendant of Dracula. Maybe it's something in that nature. Maybe someone finds out that their grand Vladimir was freaking Dracula. For all we know, we get Adam Sandler to play Dracula,
Oh
and we
my
get.
god.
I mean, we already have in the cartoons, dude. I'm kind of all for it. After Uncut Gems, let him do whatever the fuck he wants. Can you imagine him walking around with a cell phone, jewelry all over him? Hey, I'm on my way. I'm gonna gamble something right now. I'll gamble 3 teeth, 3 bloods, and all that types of stuff. You know.
He sees a woman bleeding and he says, "Oh, I'm about to fucking come."
Yeah. Yes. God, dude, have you seen the one when it's Goofy's voice instead?
Oh no, I've seen that one, but for
Marriage
the
Story?
Joker.
Oh, dude, someone did Marriage Story. The argument they did Mickey and Goofy.
That's Mickey and Goofy. Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
one. The one they did for Joker was Joker is Goofy and De Niro is Winnie the Pooh.
I've seen that one too. No, there's one where he goes, "Uh-huh, I wanna come," and after this, ask Griffin for it. I'm pretty sure he has the video on his phone. Like it's like a 10-second clip, and he literally has it on his phone. But I really like it. And then obviously another director getting this is James Wan.
Mhm.
James Wan is going to be directing a film. So did you read the details on this one?
I didn't until you talked to me about this story just before we started this episode. I hadn't heard about the James Wan thing because I know he's directing *Malignant*, but that's like his only next project that I know about.
Is that this year?
I don't think so because I don't think they've started shooting. I think it's next year. Oh, they did?
Yeah, okay, let's see. We're doing this on air, everyone. *Malignant*. Yeah, it's this year, August 14th.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh. So real fast, what do you think this movie's going to be about?
Oh,
because it's a horror film.
Idea. Yeah,
it's a horror film, and he said he was done with horror.
I think it's something in the veins of Insidious, but in the sense that Insidious was so new when it came out. I think I don't like the first
Insidious.
I don't like the first Insidious too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think the second one's actually better. To be honest, I think the second one's actually a better movie.
The second one is the only one I like.
And it's actually scary too. It's actually scary. And I thought the third one wasn't terrible, but I thought the direction was actually really strong on it. It was the script that wasn't the best. And then 4 was just.
I don't mind 4. I didn't mind 4.
I did not like 4 at all.
It wasn't good, but I didn't mind it. Like it was the first movie I saw, whatever the year it came out. I was like, that wasn't a like January horror movie, you know?
I did a double feature that day. It was that film and then Paddington 2.
Mm.
So I started with crap and I walked out with love.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they have a great cast. Annabelle Wallis is gonna be in this. McKenna Grace. I'm loving this cast right here. I'm just curious to see what it's about. To be completely honest with you, I want to know what it's about. There were rumors that it was gonna be based on a different property before, like an actual IP.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that'll be a thing. I could be completely wrong. I mean, come on, that Blair Witch movie, how long was it hidden as the forest or whatever it was called?
The woods.
Which was funny. So when the first trailer came out for that movie, my friend sat there and he told me, he's like, dude, it's going to be a Blair Witch movie. He said, that's a Blair Witch movie. He's like, no way in hell that's not a Blair Witch movie. I'm like, really? I'm like, I think it borrows elements. And then I'm not shitting you. I think like 2 months later, it was announced that. And then he sent me, he's like, fuck you, I was right. And then I remember the story. They actually showed that movie at a Comic-Con. And no one talked about it. That was Blair Witch, which was crazy. That's crazy that like that many people kept that secret. You know what I mean? Like I think it was like almost 300 people had seen the movie already, and everyone had kept the secret. So I'm a big fan of Adam Wingard, and I've heard a lot of good things about Godzilla versus Kong. I've heard a lot of good things.
I was a big fan of him when I saw The Guest, and then
Guest is great. I love Your Next as well.
Is fantastic. I haven't seen Your Next.
Oh, it's good. I don't know if you'll love it as much because it's kind of in the vein of Ready or Not. So you might have already been attached to Ready or Not. So you might be like, oh, it's just like, it literally feels like Ready or Not. Like it really feels like the same concept, just not the hide and go seek element.
Okay. But still,
the same tone and everything.
I think since it came out first, I can't blame the movie, you know? But I didn't like Blair Witch that much. I don't think it's bad, but I thought it was
No, and
okay.
I get that. And then Death Note was just terrible.
Death Note was horrible. I didn't think it was that bad when I first saw it, but it only
Same.
gets worse.
The more you think on it,
Yeah.
like, and you know what? I still defend that film with Willem Dafoe. I think Willem Dafoe
Yes.
I think the way that they infused the demon in there was perfect. I just thought everything else was terrible. Like everything else was
I
terrible.
think the cinematography is really good in that film.
I think the film actually would have worked if it was a miniseries.
Yes.
I think it. For me, I think I think there's a lot of stuff on the editing table for that film,
Mhm.
and Netflix. I think that's a movie where Netflix was really in, had their hands on.
Mhm.
I think that was still before they were like, you know what, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I think Adam Wingard kind of got hit by that, but I've heard a lot of good things about Godzilla versus Kong from that
That's good,
first.
man. I'm
I know they
still
had
excited.
I know they had a test screening out here that one of my friends went to, and dude, he's literally like he saw Wonder Woman. He saw. I'm not gonna say his name because he probably
Yeah.
shouldn't be telling me all these things. But I mean, dude, this dude sees everything like really, really, really early. He'll drive like far as shit to go see something.
You know, I was going to have a test screening for. I'm not going to say what the movie is because
You'll tell me after.
Yeah.
Tell me after.
I was going to have a test screening this week, but I really wasn't excited because like it's a test screening. It's not the finished movie. I won't
No,
be able
and
to review it. And
I've gone to one, and
I've gone to one as well
I
last
don't.
year.
Could I say it?
I think you can
It's
say
been
it
out for
now.
like 4
Yeah.
years. Okay, so I went to a Split. I saw Split
Oh my god.
like a year and a half early. So all it was documented as was an M Night Shyamalan movie, which I love M Night Shyamalan, dude. I will
Yeah.
defend the shit out of that guy. I think Avatar is terrible, and I think After Earth is terrible, but everything else I kind of enjoy, like the happenings, whatever to me. But Lady in the Water I think is a little bit underrated. It's not the best, but it's not great. So I went to it because of that, and to be honest, I didn't know it was a test screening. I didn't know what a test screening
Oh,
was at this point
yeah.
because I was still kind of getting into the space. So then, as I'm watching it, they tell us, "Hey, just so you know, the CGI is not done. This is an unedited version." He was actually there in the audience.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and they took 12 of us afterwards to give our opinions of the film.
Mm.
And so I'm not gonna give like extreme details of what we saw in the film. The movie
Okay.
was almost 3 hours. The movie was almost 3 hours. The version we saw, it was like
I remember
2 hours
him
and like
talking
30
about it.
minutes.
That there was a
Yeah,
3-hour cut of the film.
and it was Sterling K. Brown was a main character in the movie, and
What?
they completely cut him out. So the biggest things that were funny was the therapist, and then Sterling K. Brown was also a big friend to her.
Mhm.
They were a bigger part of the movie. You don't see a lot of James McAvoy. You don't see a lot of the girls actually. A lot of the movie focused on the therapist, which I didn't mind, but it got really boring at times.
Yeah.
And so when they pulled 12 of us away to talk about it, they said literally be as honest as possible. He wants to know everything. And we were the actual first screening test that they had done for the film. That's why he was there. They had done the same thing for the visit out there, from what I understand, and I think they even did. He has a house out here, so I don't remember how they had described it, but pretty much we said you got to take out a lot of that therapist stuff. You have to take out because it's just like overly explaining the process, and also the ending. It was just him looking in the mirror, and we also the ending feels a little bit too abrupt. And we don't see enough of the girls. Like literally, the two other girls besides Anya Taylor-Joy, once they leave the room, you never see them again.
Oh wow.
Never saw them again, except for their bodies that you see like when he's them. That's the only scene you see him.
So at that time, when you saw it, did you have the Bruce Willis thing?
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
that was the
so you
thing. The
didn't know.
ending just ended him looking in the mirror. So
Okay.
I remember thinking it was a good movie. I just don't care to ever see it. So then it comes out, and I hear about this giant twist. Everyone's talking about some big ass twist in the movie, And I'm like, okay, what's the twist? I saw the movie. Is the twist that he's actually like, it's all real? That's what I thought the twist was. So I didn't look it up for like 4 days. I actually skipped the actual screening of the movie I had been invited to because I'm like, I already seen the movie.
Yeah.
No. Then I decided, I'm like laying in bed one night. I'm like, I'm going to look this up. It's been like 3 days since it's released. Look it up and I say, holy shit, it's an Unbreakable sequel. So the next day, I literally told my friend who went to the secret screen with me, and he couldn't go, so I just went by myself and I saw it. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? And I liked the movie a lot more. I like
Yeah.
the movie a lot more. Surprisingly enough, it's actually my least favorite out of that whole trilogy,
Oh wow.
give or take. I really liked Glass, to be honest. I get the grievances of it. Nothing will beat Unbreakable for me, though.
True.
Nothing will beat Unbreakable for me. I think that movie's near masterpiece, besides the very abrupt ending. But so, Secret, if you ever go to one of those screenings, I really can't emphasize enough, go see the movie again once it comes out, because they do change a lot sometimes. But I know someone who saw Toy Story 4 and literally said the test screening for that was the exact same thing.
Oh wow.
It was the exact same thing, but he told me that his wife went into a different theater and saw a different version of it, and the ending wasn't animated, and it was actually Woody going with Buzz in them, and Bo Peep coming along with them, or something
That's how
along
it should
the
have
lines.
ended.
No, fuck you. It shouldn't have, because it wouldn't have gone good for the story.
Yes,
Um,
it would.
no, it would have been cliche. It would have been
But with
cliche.
animation, that's gotta be different.
Yeah. So it's curious. So what can you talk about the one you've done? Is the movie out or no?
I can.
If the
Yes,
can't.
it's been out for. I don't think it's been a year yet, but it's like 8 to 10 months maybe. So before I say what the movie was, here's the thing: I was in the in my graduation party from my master's. I was in the screening day for our movies and whatnot, and we do this. Our film school rents out one of the rooms in a big multiplex theater in a shopping mall near my house. And so we're there showing the movie, and then eventually have lunch break. We go, and there's a lady with a list talking around with people. And she turns to me and says, "Would you like to go see a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And she starts asking me my name, my email, my age, whatnot. And then she's like, "I need to make sure you don't, do you work in the film industry?" And then it hit me what this was. And I'm like, "Nope, I don't."
So that's what actually happened to me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I got the tickets, went there, and then they started asking me. I told my friend, I'm like, you have to fill this out. You have to fill this out. Like,
Yeah.
you have zero social media presence. I have so much fucking social media presence.
Yeah.
So like, it was. I mean, they're really strict about it. Like,
Yeah, they are. So I said I was in biology or something like that. I don't know. And they didn't ask me for Twitter or Facebook or whatever. And so I go to this film, and this was like 2, maybe 3 months before it came out. So the only thing they told us is that maybe there's a little rough editing to do. Maybe one scene takes a little bit too long or not, and they need us to let them know. And the visual effects are not all done. The movie I saw, and now I'm jealous because you saw a really good one, I didn't. It was Ma, starring Octavia Spencer.
oh god.
Yep. So I did see Luke Evans's dick being cut off.
I've never seen the movie, so
I didn't see it again. I saw the test screening. I recorded a review. I waited until the movie came out, and then I released it. So
I heard a lot of it was the same though.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Because I had friends. So friends of mine wanted to see it, but they didn't care. So I told them
show the penis getting cut off.
Yeah, they do. It hurts still.
Is
But at
Octavia
the end,
Spencer good in it?
she's really good. She's really good. The main actress, like there's like a group of young people. The main actress amongst them is the one who has a love scene with Kathleen Dever in Booksmart.
Booksmart, okay.
In the bathroom. So, and so at the end, do you mind spoilers?
I don't care.
Okay.
Probably never.
So at the end, there's a house on fire, and there's like a big shot of it from over in the sky for a drone shot. And when I saw it in the test screening, that was just a house. They didn't make the fire in visual effects yet. So I was like, why the fuck are they showing the house? And someone had to tell me because it's on fire. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But it completely flew by me.
That's funny.
But yeah. So
it's crazy how they do things like that. Like I said, so my friend seen like Terminator, Dark Fate beforehand. He said there was zero CGI when he saw it though. He said it was so laughable. He said, I don't know how you could just show it. He's seen Wonder Woman 1984.
I don't want to know anything about that one.
I only know if he liked it or not. I told him I didn't want to know anything else.
Okay.
I was really curious to ask about Cheetah. But he said the CGI wasn't done on her, so they didn't.
Okay.
It was kind of weird. I just mostly asked about the movie.
Yeah.
I
All
won't
right.
say what he thought. And
We.
then yeah. So let's talk about James Wan directing a monster movie. He's pretty much doing a Frankenstein movie, which
Yeah.
perfect. That's a modern day Frankenstein, and it's like these neighborhood kids find out that their neighbor's making a Frankenstein monster.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. That's awesome. And then John Krasinski is also rumored to direct one as well. So what monster would you want him to direct? I have one in mind, but I'm curious if we have the same one.
I think I'm going to kind of answer the one you're going to answer because I think I know the one you're thinking of. So my first instinct was to say the Wolfman because I love werewolves. Werewolves in general are like my favorite monster.
He could
in
even
general.
play the Wolfman.
Yeah, not specifically to Universal, but like the myth. It's like my favorite, the Wolfman. But I think it'd be awesome for Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Yep, exactly. I think if he wasn't going to do it, I'd say James Wan should do Creature from Black Lagoon because I think he would be able to set that up. But John Krasinski, the reason I would be excited for it is because with A Quiet Place, the monster's so unique in there.
Yeah.
But I want to say that the way that monster interacts is the same way that Wolfman would kind of interact. Not saying that the Wolfman listens but like the same attack style and stuff like that. So I would want to see him play off Creature from Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
And I think you could do it really cool. Now, how would you want a Creature from Black Lagoon? Would you want it modern day? Would you want it not? Because I would want it modern day, but in like an Ozark type town.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was gonna say.
And do you want it to be like an actual monster? Do you want it to be like someone turned into this monster?
I think it would work best if it's a Hulk type of thing, a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of dynamic.
That's another one he could do too. I think he could do Dr. Jekyll, but isn't Chris Evans supposed to be doing a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde movie? I don't think it's in this Universal Monster movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got announced for it, but it wasn't like in this universe. It was like from other. So it was from like a different studio, which really cool. I'm actually really excited to see him in what's the movie? Rocky. Is it Rock? No, not Rocky Picture.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes. So I'm excited to see that, but Universal, impress me. Yeah. Make these movies good. Let these directors do what they want to. What other? If you could choose one other monster to get from there and one director to do it, who would it be?
Okay, so I'm going Wolfman because I just like werewolves. Director, that's a tricky one. I think I'm going to go with. Okay, let me just pull a director out of my ass because no names that fit are coming to mind. Okay, so Wolfman, and I would get. Oh, that would be good, but it's never going to happen. What? I thought of one, but I thought of like David Fincher directing a Wolfman, but it's never going to happen.
Dude, you don't know that though. You don't know that. I never thought I'd see Kusama doing a fucking film like this.
I know, but I hope I'm wrong, I hope like tomorrow they announce David Fincher is directing a Wolfman movie, and I'm like, yes, I was wrong.
Yes.
Oh, okay. This one is also not going to happen, but this one I could see, and I'm going to say Wolfman, directed by Bong Joon-ho.
Oh god, that'd be so good. He'd be able to do that really well.
Yeah.
So for me, the one I'm gonna choose is I'm gonna cheat. I have two. We just talked about Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I want a Jennifer Kent directed movie of that, but change the gender to a woman.
Okay.
And have Carey Mulligan, because I've seen Promising Young Woman, have her play that. Because she's so good in Promising Young Woman. And she could just play that to a T. The other one I'd want is Van Helsing. I like the Van Helsing movie that we got with Hugh Jackman.
Me too.
It's not great, but I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. I would love a Van Helsing movie directed George Miller.
Ooh.
I think he could do a horror film like that. And if I was in my personal pick, I'd love to see again, I wouldn't mind if you switched the gender out. To be completely honest, I'm fine with them switching genders for some of these characters. We've already seen many iterations of a man that's playing Van Helsing. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having the likes of a Samara Weaving or or if you're gonna go with a guy, get Tom Hardy, dude. Get Tom Hardy to play it. Get George Miller back in there to play it. Have them work together. And then there was a
That
little
would
bit
be
of
good.
news that kind of went under the radar. Did you see they're actually moving forward with Mad Max Furiosa, the prequel movie?
I didn't see that.
They casted the younger version of her, and
Oh,
Richard Madden will be the supporting cast.
oh wow, that's
I
cool.
Yeah.
You know
So
what? I was actually gonna say I wouldn't mind either if they change Van Helsing to a woman. There's actually a show about Van Helsing and it's a descendant from him,
oh, is
and
it?
it's a woman. Yeah. Um, I personally see him more as a man. Again, I wouldn't mind if they change the gender, but you just mentioned him. I would cast Richard Madden as Van Helsing.
Oh God, yes. Did you a little bit off topic. Did you hear about the love triangle in the Eternals?
Yeah,
I don't know if I love that.
I don't
I
like the idea because love
because
triangles.
well, you know what it makes me feel? It feels okay. So Richard Madden's gonna get pissed and he's gonna be the villain. That's what it makes me feel like.
I don't know though. Icarus is a pretty solid good guy. I
That's
don't
why
know.
I'm saying, yeah.
Mm.
But so is Black Knight. So they're not gonna make Black Knight because I really think Black Knight and who's Gemma Chan playing? What's her character's name? Do you know?
I'm forgetting because they
It
have so fucking weird
it's
names.
I know it's fine. I 100% I would bet money both of them are gonna be in the next Avengers lineup. 100%. Because at
That's
one point, Black Knight and her were leading the Avengers.
true. But
So
I just found the addition of Black Knight to the Eternals so weird.
I did
So
too.
I think
But I'm
he's
kind of
going to be
for
the
it.
villain.
Really? I guess we'll see. For all we know, it won't be any of
Or
them.
maybe she is.
That is true. I still actually think Angelina Jolie or Selma Hayek,
Mm.
one of these big actresses are going to be the villain. But that's a different time for a different time. But we are talking about Marvel, and our next
Yeah.
segment is Guardians and Thor 4.
Yeah.
So Vin Diesel opened his damn mouth while talking about Bloodshot, which Bloodshot might be the last film of 2020, to be completely honest. Which I hope to God it's not,
That's
because
very true.
I'm sorry. Did you see it yet?
I'm going to see it tonight. As we're recording this, I still haven't seen Bloodshot. As this will be uploaded either on YouTube or Spotify, I will have seen it. My review is up on the channel. Go check it out.
And then I know we talked about The Hunt, which I liked. You didn't, and I can get why you didn't. I 100% get why you didn't. And in my review, I said I didn't like that movie for the first 30 minutes. To be complete, I was like sitting there like, ugh, this is not good. But then I kind of started getting
because
into it.
I liked that film for the first 30 minutes.
Oh, see, I didn't like it until it's hard to get to spoil. That film is really hard to talk about without talking spoilers, which is really crazy. So I don't want to spoil it because it probably is going to be one of the last movies you can see until Trolls comes out, which I wasn't going to go to the screening of it, but I have to now. I literally have no choice but to go see fucking Trolls.
Because there's no other screening.
Dude, honestly. And then they canceled Peter Rabbit, which, I wanted to see James Corden as a fucking rabbit again. But Guardians and Thor 4. So I love the Guardians. The first Guardians is my favorite Marvel film. It's my favorite MCU film. I love it to death. I hope they're not a big part of it. I don't think they will, because I want them to focus on Thor. It's the same thing as like in the next Guardians film. If Thor is in it, I don't want him to be a big part either.
Yeah.
That was actually my big worry coming out of Endgame was please don't have him be a big part. Especially with like how much I know they're gonna have to do in that next film of Guardians. Like what are they gonna do? That was my only worry. So going into this, I think it opens up with Thor with them, and then they just leave. I think that's how it goes, and then he has to go off on his own mission. I think the more important thing is Thor is still gonna be overweight.
Yeah.
But what's your feeling on this?
This was a topic that I felt very stupid when I saw, because for so many months we were talking about, is Thor going to be in Guardians? Is Thor going to be in Guardians? Is Thor going to be in Guardians? But I personally never thought of why aren't the Guardians in Thor 4? Because it's going to come first.
Yeah.
Would
you want them to be main characters though?
No. And I don't think they will. I think they're going to be there. The movie's going to start with them. There's like this kind of opening scene, much like with Thor Ragnarok, and then they part ways.
Like an action sequence.
Yeah, and there's like the title, like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you know?
Mhm.
And then in
Kinda
comes the title, and they separate.
like
I
he's been
think it's
working with them or
yeah.
something.
I think it's going to start with Thor still overweight, because one of the things I love about Endgame and about how they dealt with depression on Thor's part is that he didn't need his physical shape to be a hero and to be worthy.
I actually hope they keep him a little overweight. Not as much. I think it kind of because, dude, I don't know about you. Every time I saw that film, someone was laughing out loud every time he showed up,
Yeah.
and it kind of got annoying. I hope he's still a little overweight, but not fully, and that way it's kind of not as laughable to some people.
I think it's going to be. I think they're going to be working out him and Peter Quill, and there's like this title that shows up on screen 6 months later, and Peter Quill is finally like in great physical shape and whatnot, and Thor shows up eating a hamburger, whatnot. He's like, "What the hell, man? We're going to train, get back in shape." Oh yeah, he summons Stormbreaker and whatnot, and suddenly thunder crashes down upon him, and he's back to Thor.
Yeah. So I think that's how it's also going to start. My other prediction is I think what's her face? I'm really happy Natalie Portman's coming back. I'm so happy they're doing this iteration of it. I love the comic book of it, but I read that Taika wasn't going to do the cancer thing, which makes me maybe it's. I almost said the word. I almost said what word it was going to be. I almost said it, but I'm going to say that would be a good way to tie it in because it's modern day. But I'm kind of disappointed he's not doing the cancer storyline.
I honestly never thought he was, because as soon as they announced that film, and I saw the other film that they announced it right next to it, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I think Christian Bale is playing Gore, the God Butcher. I think they're doing that storyline from the comics, but instead of a Thor from the past, present, and future, they're doing Thors from several universes.
Oh, okay. So do you? Because the way that I thought they were gonna do, because it's Thor: Love It. So I was at Comic-Con when Scott announced, and I want you to know, we all cried. When Natalie showed, I have a picture of her holding the hammer. I said that's just so freaking cool. So, and now that you say that, I'm not versed in Thor that much.
Okay.
So I'd never heard of that comic. I don't know who Christian Bale is playing. Can you go into more on that so I kind of understand it?
Okay, so God Butcher is this creature. I've read it a long time ago, and I absolutely recommend it to you. You're going to freaking love this comic, this run. I'm blanking on who did it, but I'm going to search. So basically, Gore is this creature. He goes around throughout time killing gods. So
wait, isn't he like an alien type thing, or is he like look human?
No, he's not human. He's a creature. He's not a. I can't describe.
It looks like a squid, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. He was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, wasn't he?
In 2? I don't know. He didn't exist
What's
around.
What's his name? What's his name? How do you spell it?
Gorr, Gorr.
Gorr. Oh, Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't in that game.
So he's from the run Thor: God of Thunder. He's created by Jason Aaron and Azad Ribek, I think. That's how you pronounce it. It's an amazing run. You see a Thor from the past when he was young and he was drinking with Vikings when he was not on missions. You see present Thor, and then you see a future Thor who looks like Odin. He doesn't have an eye. He's got 3 daughters and whatnot. It's just a spectacular run. One of my favorite Thor runs in the past 20 years.
So do you think
I'm really versed in Thor?
So there's different versions of Thor in here.
Yes.
Is Jane Foster's Thor in it?
No. This was after she was Thor. So during this run, she wasn't Thor anymore. Eventually, meanwhile, she has come back in Thor, and now 2 Thors exist. Thor gave up the hammer, and he was just known as Odin's son at one point. And I'm really backlogged on comics, so I'll be more
okay.
Up to date.
I like the look of him. Because I was wondering if they were going to actually have Christian Bale instead, or if it was going to be more CGI type thing, or like a Josh Brolin type thing. I mean, they could.
Look.
Because the way that I kind of got it, and I mean, they didn't really give any details at Comic-Con, but the second she walked out, I'm like, holy shit, they're going to do the cancer storyline. And the way that I always thought is that Natalie Portman's going to show up to Asgard on Earth looking for Thor for help.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not there, and Valkyrie calls upon him to come back. and then they try to figure out what they can do in that whole department. And I actually think I actually felt that Beta Ray Bill or Hercules were going to be in it. And I actually thought Christian Bale was going to play Hercules. That's who I've been like really thinking. But now that you say that, I actually really like that character, because for me, Christian Bale ain't doing another one after this. It's gonna be a one. It's gonna be a one and done. I still can't even believe he's doing it. But I think when you have an Oscar-winning Taika Waititi directing this movie, and I'm in the minority. I do not like the first Thor. I think it's fine. I think the second Thor is boring, and I think Thor Ragnarok's overrated. I think Thor Ragnarok is good, but I don't care to ever rewatch it, if that makes sense. So I think all these, like Natalie Portman, she's talked so much shit about this franchise. I think she I think she's seen where it's kind of gone, and then she probably saw Thor Ragnarok and said, I want to work with Taika. I think Christian Bale, same thing. I want to work with Taika.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see. Again, I don't think the Guardians are like a big thing, but Vin Diesel did say that Groot's gonna look a little bit different, which I think is something that. No, so how do you think, is he gonna be finally fully grown?
I think he's going to be in his early 20s, and it's Groot, so he won't have an actual beard, but he's going to have his version of like scratchy pubic hair.
Like from the comics, like kind of from the comics and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of like, because the last time we saw him, he was a teenager, right?
Yes, I think it was either a teenager or just about that age, like 12, 13.
Okay, so we'll probably get him in like 18 to 20, and then I think Guardians 3 will have him full adult. You think
full adult, like in his early adulthood? Like I'm 27 now, so he'll be like 27, maybe 30. You know,
unless they decide to go even older. What if they went like full grandfather Groot?
But don't.
It's been so long.
I think for Groot species, it takes a long time for him to get to that point.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I might be wrong. I'm not sure, but I think that's a thing with them.
So I'm curious. I'm excited. Did you and me just love these comic book films, and I love talking about them. I actually really want to have a Marvel marathon now. Might do that later too.
Me too.
Dude, I've actually started collecting those like Marvel Legends. I don't know. Do they have those? I'm sure they have them
here. I don't collect those, but I collect ones that are Marvel Select. Okay. I have one here. They are these ones.
Yes, I've seen those. I have. I think I've had 2 of them. I have an Hulkbuster one that's also up there. They look good with them.
Yeah,
dude,
I have that one too.
I'm like obsessed with fucking collecting them. Fuck Funko Pops now. Like
these figures, they're like released. They're only supply and demand. So like, if you want one, you have to pre-order it at the store. I have every single one they ever fabricated. I'm like, there's 3.
Do they have a Mysterio one?
They don't have a Mysterio one yet, but it's been announced. They're going to do a Spider-Man from the video game from last year.
You want to know something? Out here, it's really easy to find those.
Really?
That neither the one you just picked up? I literally saw that at the Disney store like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, yes, the Disney ones, they're more easy to find.
But the other ones?
Yeah, the other ones. There's a Psylocke one that I really want. There's a Sandman from the comics as well now, and there's another one that I'm blanking on. I can't remember what it is.
Because for me, I want to collect the whole Sinister Six and have like a whole setup. And I have Doc Ock and and Vulture, but I want like the whole thing. But they're like, dude, some of these figures are so expensive.
Yeah, I just got a Hulk from Endgame. He's got like the full clothing. I got Captain Marvel. And they have exchangeable heads, exchangeable hands.
You said they're called Marvel Selects?
Yes. There's a Rogue one from the comics. I really want that one. There's an Iron Man from Endgame, and it brings on one of the exchanged hands is him with the gauntlets.
Sandman's on sale on Amazon right now.
Don't tell me that. I'm going crazy.
Dude, I might go buy him right after this. This looks awesome. I want him so bad.
And now I'm seeing that there's a Thanos from
Hey, just so you know, you said you wanted Psylocke, right?
Yeah.
She's also on sale. She's $22.
Okay, that's the regular price.
How much are they usually?
Okay, so over here, I know more in pounds. They're between 25 and 30 pounds.
Okay, because out here they're like $30.
Yeah, it's the same, give or take.
Shit. All right, my birthday's coming up. I know yours is too, right? Or no, it
No,
just passed.
no,
It just
I
passed.
just
What am I
passed.
talking about? I just said happy birthday to you. I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
I was like thinking, I was like, yeah, yours in March too. But yeah, no, I love fucking collecting shit, man. I love
Yeah.
collecting shit. So it's
I
fun.
have like I have like 5 Thors, 7 Captain Americas, 7 Iron Mans, stupid shit like that.
Yeah, it's fun. And then I've been doing the Star Wars Black Series too, but I'm really picky with those. Like if the face looks weird, I ain't buying it
Yeah.
like that. But it's funny. So like what they do with those is so like the older versions of them. So like the original Bosk that you
Mm.
could buy like back in the early 2000s. When
Hmm.
they reprint them, they make them look better. But it's
Okay,
funny because they're worth
that's good.
less, but they look better. So I'd rather buy the one that looks better than buy the older one because I don't really care about selling them. But like I just got Jedi Revan. I fucking love Jedi Revan, and then I have
That's
it's so.
cool. If I saw that one, I would probably buy him, even though I don't
Mhm.
collect like Black Series. But
Yeah,
that,
they also have a Darth Revan too, so I have them like both side by side. I'm
uh,
like, hell yeah. But yeah, no, it's fun. Let's get to the next thing though. We keep this is the podcast. It's just us
yeah,
talking. Soul.
wow.
Uh, okay. For preference, I want to know what is your top 5 Pixar films?
Top 5 picks are number 1, Toy Story 3,
Okay.
and 1 tied. I'm cheating right away. I know, but still.
Okay, that's fine.
Number 2, Inside Out.
So fun.
Number
So
3, Wally. I fucking love Wally. Um,
I just got the steelbook for that.
they don't sell those over here.
Dude,
I saw your post.
look at that beautiful thing.
That's so fucking good, dude. That's so really, that's so good. Okay, so Toy Story 3 and 1, Inside Out,
Wally.
Wally, Coco, and then I would say Monsters Inc.
Okay, see, so mine. I just did my ranking, but it's probably gonna change the second I say this. So my number 1, I'm cheating. All the Toy Stories, like that. That's I grew up with Toy Story. I have literally like a whole shelf full of Toy Story toys from my childhood. And, like actual, like actually after this, I'm gonna go to Target and like I don't know. Do you know like the actual prop replicas of the Toy Stories that they sell in like stores?
Yeah.
So I have like a Bo Peep one that's like the actual model from the
Oh,
movie,
nice.
and like it has the sheep and it's her actual box. I've bought in the Green Aliens from it. I have a Duke Kaboom one, but Bullseye went on sale at Target this morning. So I'm hoping I can go find him. And then like I have a Ducky and Bunny one that's like the actual figures from Ducky and Bunny,
Nice.
but they're really cool. So I want to go get Bullseye, because they're usually like $100 and Bullseye's
Yeah.
$44. I'm like,
Nice.
that's a deal. So number 1's all the Toy Stories. 2 is Ratatouille. Love, 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 love Ratatouille.
Love it.
3 is The Incredibles.
Mm.
4 is Inside Out. I love Inside Out. And then 5 is probably Monsters Inc. or Finding Nemo. Kind of just goes back and forth with them.
Yeah.
But looking at Soul, it looks like another Inside Out. From the
Yeah.
originals, like I think it's gonna be a little bit more thought provoking.
It is. I got that feeling. I posted this. If doing Inside Out was like the next level that you didn't even know it could be done, I can't even describe what Soul is, or at least what it feels like from the trailer, because it looks like it's going to. This shouldn't even be a movie that kids could watch because they're not going to understand shit. But it just looks so mesmerizing. Like Pete Doctor should be a fucking therapist for like
Really, and he's
depressed people.
directing this one, right?
Yeah, he wrote it and directed it. I believe he wrote it too. I'm going to check. What did you feel about seeing the trailer?
So I still preferred the teaser. I still prefer the
Okay.
teaser because the music playing. There
Mhm.
wasn't that much jazz in this one. It's supposed to be a
Okay.
jazz movie, so I'm hoping that we do get more of it actually in the movie. I loved Onward this year. That trailer literally made me say, okay, so it's gonna be between that and Raya and the Last Dragon for best animated feature.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, Soul just looks incredible. What else is there to say about the movie? The animation of when he's like falling and it goes
Oh
like the
yeah.
2D looks amazing. I kind of see where the movie's already going though. I wish I didn't see the trailer.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't know that he was still alive
I
in the
agree with
human
you on
world
that.
because he's gonna make it back to the body.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's It's gonna be uplifting. But if they subvert my expectations, and don't have that happen, I mean, if they do it in a way that makes sense for the story, I'm fine with it. But I would like him not to make it back because that's life.
Yeah.
So it looks very thought provoking though, and I think that's the thing I'm really looking forward to. It is like I think I'm gonna walk out with like a new perspective on life.
Exactly.
And there's a movie coming out later this year that I saw at Sundance called Nine 9 Days, which that movie I walked out. And like if someone ever asks me the meaning of life, I will say go watch that movie. That is
Okay.
And it's funny. Soul kind of has this same concept, like just in a cartoon world. Like 9 Days takes place in kind of the same world that Soul does, of where the souls are and stuff. It's really unique. Like it's cool that they're both coming out of the exact like the quirks thing.
Yeah.
That's like the kind of a thing in 9 Days. Like each of these souls have quirks to them.
Okay.
So it's really unique to see like both of them kind of coming out. And I already know what's going to happen. For people who've never heard of 9 Days, obviously it's already premiered before Soul.
Yeah.
It's going to come out later this year. People are going to be like, oh, it's kind of like Soul. Well, yeah, but it came out technically first. But I'm really looking forward to it. I feel like I'm going to cry in it.
Oh, for sure.
I just
100%.
hope it doesn't feel like Inside Out, because it does look a lot like Inside Out, though. That's my only thing with it.
I think in terms of colors, it looks like Inside Out because it's got to be really colorful in that abstract world of souls.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I didn't get the same feeling in regards to how the story is going. Yeah, I felt it very different because I don't know. It's just felt different because the fact that they are souls, not emotions. I guess it's that, but I didn't get the same feeling in terms of how the story is going to go, what the story is going to talk about, and whatnot. So, by the way, I confirmed that Pete Docter did write it, but he wrote it along Mike Jones and Kemp Powers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So usually 3 writers for these animated movies.
I'm for it. I'm definitely excited. Also, tell me why on Twitter it just popped up. Do you know Ben Affleck's dating Ana de Armas?
Yep.
Damn.
I'm happy for him. I'm sad for myself.
Same. So yeah, but let's move on to the next thing. This kind of segues us to the next topic. Onward, Pixar Theory.
Yep.
So
I'm excited
do you want to kind of explain this Pixar Theory? Because it's very in depth, and I can't explain enough. Go look up the Pixar Theory if you want like an in-depth look into how every single film takes place in the same world.
Yes. So basically, what I've read, and I've only taken a fast look at it. I haven't gone into detail. Basically, what I've read is that Onward is the first movie to happen in the Pixar universe, and according to everything that the last time I went into real detail was after Inside Out. I don't believe I've checked it after that. I guess I checked Finding Dory, but that's not one hard to fit into the theory.
Yeah.
But I agree with the one I saw that says that Onward is the first movie in this universe. Because after this, the humans start to come along, and that's when Brave hits. Because before Onward, Brave was the one that happened first in the universe up until now. What do you think, Zach?
I think it's towards the end.
Towards the end?
I think it takes place in the same, because I look at it as Monsters Inc. is like way down the road.
Yeah.
And Brave obviously takes place, and Boo's supposed to be that witch lady and all that sorts of stuff. So my perspective is I think Onward takes place at the exact same time as Monsters Inc. Because a lot of the monsters kind of look the same. Yeah. And it's either two different things. It's either, and I kind of looked up, I did so much research this morning. More than I haven't done this much, even for my homework for the last semester, to be completely honest. But I think it either takes place at the exact same time as Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Or Monsters Inc. takes place after it.
Okay.
And I look at it as this way. So I think Onward, some of those monsters look a lot alike from so like the Cyclopses and all that stuff. So I think Onward takes place in a European country type style.
Okay.
And Monsters Inc. takes place in modern America.
Okay.
If it's not that, I think Onward takes place way before, and then magic just officially disappears.
I think that is it. I think it takes place before, and eventually humans start to come along, and magic declines even further, gets less used, and then eventually there's just these witches, you know?
It's really curious to see how
Yeah.
this all grows. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know I'm going to spend days looking for several people's take on this, and eventually we're just going
Have
to
you
be
looked
sharing
up the
with one
Easter
another.
eggs in Onward?
Okay.
Have you looked them all up?
Nope.
There's a big one that I now want to go back to the movies and figure out where it's at.
Oh,
Remy from Ratatouille's in the movie.
really?
He's making the food in the Manticore's tavern. It's a split
Oh.
second apparently, but if you look, and then also all the chefs have the magician's hat from Fantasia.
Ah. I'm guessing Remy shows up when the Manticore comes through the door, one of those doors that goes both ways,
Yeah.
you know?
That's
Yeah.
what I'm assuming because I was looking it up and I saw that and I'm like, okay, where's it on the internet? Someone had to have taken a picture of this and I couldn't find it at all. But it was like from like I found it on like 3 different websites that said that like he's in the movie. So I'm like,
Okay.
I gotta find it.
So you gotta be there.
Damn. Yeah, because I love when they do that like little
Yeah.
stuff, like such tiny like Sully shows up in Brave.
Yeah, he's one of the wood carvings.
Yeah, it's just and that's why it goes back to that's Boo because
Yeah.
she's crazy. Wants
And
to find him.
Doug from Up shows up in Ratatouille.
Oh, he's the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lotso's also an Up. Lotso
Yeah.
the bear's an Up. And then what's the bit? Toy Story 4 has so many in the antique
Yeah.
shop. So many,
Does.
which is why it's one of the best films ever made. But just
Almost.
maybe one day. But Ren, let's get to the main topic on this one, man.
Yep. You know what I just realized?
Huh.
We forgot in tonight these topics.
Oh God, let's run through them real fast. Dang it.
Okay, so the
We get
first
so
one
excited.
we did, I think I am knighting the Dracula movie with Karyn Kusama.
I'm knighting all of it, all that Universal stuff, man. I'm knighting it. I want it all. Give it to me now. Don't make me wait. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I need it all.
We're knighting Guardians and Thor 4 if they're not main characters.
Yes. If they are, throw it in the dungeon. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I also trust Taika though. That's the
Yeah.
funny thing. Like I trust Taika. Like I love Jojo Rabbit so much. I love What We Do in the Shadows so much, and I love Hunt for the Wilder People so much. Literally, Thor Ragnarok is the only movie I don't like by him. It's not even that I don't like. I just think I like when he plays in those other realms. But I will say, I think I'm more trusting him with Thor 4 because I feel like Thor Ragnarok, he came in last minute type thing and didn't get to write his own script. He is writing the script for Thor 4. So I feel like it won't be as much as improv as, say, Thor 3 felt. Soul movie trailer, we're definitely knighting.
Over and over again.
Onward, Pixar Theory, we're knighting.
We're knighting. Yep.
And now for movies being canceled over life and
throw
all
it in
this
the
sort of
dungeon
stuff.
already.
Throw it in the dungeon. Okay, so we kind of had a little bit of a conversation with this over Twitter. Now, when we talk about this, obviously we can't mention why things are being canceled because YouTube will demonetize us right away. So we're calling it the Umbrella Corporation destroying the world, whatever we want to talk about. We're just going to call the virus. You know, that's all it is. They don't know what kind
the
of virus.
raccoon virus, which is an anagram.
Yes. The raccoon. Yes. That's very smart. So I told you how frustrating. And as we were talking, I actually just had an email pop up saying your Mulan press screening has been canceled.
Oh,
Yeah. God damn.
of course it has.
I know. I'm like so sad, dude. I'm so sad.
Yeah.
And that Quiet Place 2, I know will be canceled. You know, it's just.
Well.
Yeah. Shut up. You can say it. You can say it.
Okay, so let me just say I've seen A Quiet Place 2, but now I've been talking to you about when the embargo lifts for you. I'm just going to use that embargo. Yeah. Now that it has been delayed, I don't see any point in releasing it right now. I know people like big critics have reviewed it on Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot, but like if I can't,
dude, I don't even think they'll let them. I think the embargo's gonna get shoved.
Yeah, probably. But look, if I can't talk about it with anyone, I mean, I see no point in personally me uploading the review like on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. I think I'm going to keep it for when it eventually comes out, if it does at all. I don't know.
Do you think it comes out this year?
I think it comes out this year. And
so
we're going to talk about, I need to talk about with you about a movie that was delayed till next year, and we'll get into those reasons. But go ahead.
Okay, so for me, dude, I'm like traumatized from this because obviously you and me are both. We talk movies on our channel on a daily basis. I'm stressing so much because I'm like, there's fucking no movies to talk about.
Even outside the channel, That's what we do. We talk and watch movies.
Yeah. So, like, for me, I'm contemplating, because so at my job, I take Monday through Thursday nights off for screenings. And then I say I can close Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I'll close the days if I need to. I'm probably going to have to take off Fridays now to do Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu type stuff, because I have to make content. I'm fortunate enough that I can get press screenings from Netflix for some stuff, but it's far and few between. I don't have the time and day to watch fucking 30 different shows. I don't know how Austin Burke does it, so I give him major applause for all that stuff. I've tried it. It's Stranger Things season 3. Do you know what I did? I stayed up. I literally stayed up 48 hours, watched that whole show, and made 3 different videos. I was so tired after that, and then I went to work. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, so it sucks. So I want to go through every movie that's been delayed, and as we go through them, I want to kind of talk about when we think they're actually going to come out.
Okay.
Also, they just sent us an email saying for the next 2 weeks, most screenings will also be canceled.
I mean, not surprising. It's just
LA canceled all screenings. LA canceled all. So I mean, this is bad.
That makes sense.
First off, I think this is stupid. I'm sorry. I think this whole, like, Disneyland's being closed. Disneyland is being closed. And I'm supposed to go in April. Now, I'm telling you right now, it says it's supposed to open up by the end of March. If it is not open by the time I go back, I'm going to throw a fit. And I get people will be like, well, what about the virus, blah, blah. That's my fault. If I want to go to Disneyland and probably get infected, that's my fault. You know what? That's my fault. Now, if I lived with an elderly parent, I probably wouldn't. I would probably quarantine myself right now. The thing is about this virus is I think the media has blown it so out of proportion. It's very contagious. It's very contagious. And the biggest thing about this virus is we very much don't know if it could turn into something else. That's kind of what I'm not an expert on this, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And it's very infectious to kids and older people. And those are the people who have died from it. That is 100% what is going on with this. So, and I told you this, like, I'm very frustrated that, like, and you know what? It sucks that movies are being pushed back, and they can say it's because of the virus. A lot of it's because of money. They will lose money if they put it out now. That's the only reason that they're pushing these movies back.
They lose money because of the virus. So
it's at the same time, like, why not just release it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think, to be honest, I don't think A Quiet Place 2 would have really been affected by this. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't think it would have. I think worldwide, yes. Not in the States, though.
If it was the first one, I think if it was the first one, I'd agree with you. Since it's a sequel that everyone loved so much, the first one, I don't know if it would. Honestly, I'm not disagreeing, but I am unsure.
So, but I think we're kind of in the same camp that we think it's a little bit overblown proportion. Now, if it gets worse in the next coming weeks, it starts like actually killing a lot more people. I get it, but there's so many stories of people quarantining themselves and then getting better. Like, you can if you get this disease, or this virus, it doesn't mean that you die.
Exactly.
Like, you can survive. More people die from the flu every single year. I know some people say, well, you can't compare it to the flu. But you can, you know?
Yes, you can.
Like, it's a virus. More people, dude, in the United States alone, more people die from obesity. Yeah. There's a fucking chicken donut sandwich. People are going to eat that and die.
Yeah. So,
let's go through each film.
Yes.
That's been canceled. So, let's start with A Quiet Place 2.
Okay.
It's been canceled. When do we think it's going to come out? And do we think it should have been?
Sorry, what was the second question? Do we
think it should have been, and are we sad about it? Pretty much.
Okay, I'm very sad about it. I wanted to see it again. I had tickets for a double bill on Wednesday.
Same.
Yeah. So I'm really sad that it's out. I think it should have, because I mean I can't blame him for wanting the biggest number of people to go see it on a theater. So it's wise. Not necessarily that I agree what's coming out just this week. So I don't fully disagree. I don't fully agree. I'm kind of in the middle. They delayed it, so I'm fine with it. But again, I've seen it. So
when do you think it comes? Fine. When do you think it comes out?
I think late October, early November.
That's a tough time though. But you know what? With all these films getting pushed back, I assume films later in the year are gonna get pushed back. Like I'm telling you right now, Kong versus Godzilla is not coming out this year. And I
Again,
say that because I think more films are gonna get pushed around that time, and they're gonna be like, we'll get fucked if we put it out.
yeah.
I think the smartest time to put that movie out is in January. There's nothing ever in January. And look at Bad Boys. Bad Boys killed it. If your film is good, it will succeed in January.
Yeah.
I 100% believe it. If your film is really good, word of mouth will catch on. And I think, honestly, so the next film let's talk about is Mulan.
Yeah.
Mulan's been pushed back, which I'm actually shocked by. I think a big part of that, though, is I think Disney, because I was actually looking at, they're going to release Mulan. If Mulan doesn't do good, they're pushing Black Widow back.
Yeah.
But I think now with Mulan pushed back, I think they looked at Onward and said Onward should have made a lot more worldwide.
Yeah.
We are not going to make anything from Mulan. Let's push it back. When do you think Mulan comes out? Because none of these have release dates.
Yeah, no. Mulan. I'm going to cheat. I have two hypotheses. So either early August, late July, or Christmas time. Like, this is going to be their Star Wars this year.
Dude, December would actually not be a bad time. Because they do have that Cruella de Vil movie coming out in December. They're going to push that thing back. There's nothing big.
There's nothing about
I'm going to pull up IMDb real fast. That way we can kind of... Yeah, it's supposed to come out this year, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god.
Because next year is...
No, 2021.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what's this year?
This year was Mulan, and there was one more.
Okay, I'm looking in December. So December, Dune. Dune's the big film. Dune's the big film. And the Croods too.
Oh, I so want to see that movie. I love the first one so much.
I know. Dude, so these are the movies coming out in December. We have West Side Story, Coming to America, Dune. Fuck. I'm telling you right now, Dune's probably going to premiere at a festival. Actually...
You think so?
No, actually, no. The more I take that, they're going to make this thing their Star Wars. Because I think this thing's going to be way... It's going to be different than what we've seen Denis Villeneuve do before. The Last Duel, which I'm actually really excited for. With Ben Affleck,
I'm so excited about that. I didn't even know that was coming out this year until someone mentioned it on my most anticipated list.
And then Chris Pratt, Ivania Stratovich, and Betty Gilpin in a Chris McKay action sci-fi film called The Tomorrow War with J.K.
Oh, that's coming already this year. Nice.
Yeah, December. And Tom and Jerry.
Oh, the live action one.
Yeah.
Yeah, delay that one. Nobody cares.
So yeah.
But this year
if you move Mulan into the opening of December, you'd kill it. Like December 4th, there's nothing coming out.
I'd move it closer to Christmas, midway through, like the teens.
Because the only thing coming out before that is No Time to Die. Oh, this is the only thing. Raya and the Last Dragon comes out the week before.
Okay, so delay it a little bit more, like closer to Christmas, like the week before, you know?
Yeah, and because you also have No Time to Die and stuff like that. So, and then what was the other one you said? You said July, like
late July, early August, maybe.
So August is pretty empty besides Malignant, which isn't really going to be that big thing. Bill and Ted isn't really going to affect it. Yeah. And then kind of going into July, let's look in July. You have Minions, Free Guy, Ghostbusters, Tenet, and Jungle Cruise. They're not going to, July.
Yeah, they're not going to.
It'll be August. Literally, dude. Hear about July. The first week we have Free Guy, which I'm really excited for, and Minions. Next week we have Ghostbusters and the new Purge movie, which whatever. The next week we have the Bob's Burgers movie and Tenet.
So Tenet.
Yeah. July 24th is Jungle Cruise, The French Dispatch.
Oh my God, yes.
And then the last week is Morbius, which I'm telling you, I think I was kind of sour on Morbius. I actually think it's going to be pretty good.
I hope so.
I think Jared Leto is so. I don't know. What's he done?
I think he's the guy from Life. With Jake
and Safe House, yeah. But I trust Jared Leto. I think after Suicide Squad, he doesn't want to get shit on again.
True.
So I think that, and Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. That's gonna be a really good movie, man.
I don't know what that one is.
Oh, dude, the trailer premiered with Rise of Skywalker. It has
Oh,
Kristen Wiig.
okay.
I wonder if they showed. I wonder if they showed it in the UK. Maybe they didn't.
No, but
Look
I
at.
watched it in the UK when I saw Rise of
Oh,
Skywalker. I was back home in Portugal.
okay. Because I don't think the trailer's out online yet. It's only been in theaters. To be honest, kind of looks stupid. But okay, so the next film that also got delayed, besides Mulan, and that let's talk about Lovebirds. I was actually really excited for this movie. Funny thing, it was supposed to premiere at South by Southwest. That
Oh,
got canceled. It was also supposed to be at the Phoenix Film Festival in
but that
Arizona.
got canceled.
Guarantee it's not coming there anymore.
Yeah.
No way in hell it happens. I'm actually sad about this one. I don't think we're gonna see this all year. I think this one gets pushed back to next.
I think so too. That's one. I personally wasn't excited. I really didn't like the trailer. I didn't laugh once.
See, I haven't seen the trailer, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I just know it's directed by the guy who did The Big Sick. And
Yeah,
Issa
same.
Rae and Kumal is in it. So,
Yeah.
and The Big Sick is my favorite film that
I
year.
was excited because of that, and then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, okay.
It's
so,
all right.
but I agree with you. I think we'll see it February next year.
What comes out in February next year? Let's see.
Let's check it out.
I'll pull it up. There's no. I know there's films that in 2021. I hate IMDb.
Isn't
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi is coming out in February.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi's the big film. Untitled Warner Brother event film. Untitled Disney live action film. M. Night Shyamalan film.
Oh, okay.
So that's actually a good time.
Packed then.
You could,
maybe March. Yeah,
you could, but I was thinking you could even release it the week before Shang-Chi because there's really nothing.
Yeah.
Or even the week after Shang-Chi, and you'd still be fine because there's nothing coming out the week after. So you can kind of be safe in that whole part. I don't know. I'm curious. And then March, you have Uncharted and Uncharted and Mortal Kombat both come out the same day.
Oh wow.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, Uncharted ain't coming out.
Oh, I don't think it's not coming out in March at least.
Dude, do you know what else comes out in March next year?
What?
God. Tomb Raider 2.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my god, and the Boss Baby 2's a thing.
Oh god.
Dude, what the fuck?
What? Why do movies have something against March?
I don't know. I'm actually excited for Uncharted though. I actually think it's gonna be good. I'm being honest. I think Uncharted, I think Mortal Kombat are gonna be really good.
I'm very fearful of Mortal Kombat because it's a first-time director and a first-time writer.
So I'm like, but James Wan's producing it. That's why I'm excited.
I know.
Did you know who I really wanted to direct it? Lee Winnell. I really wanted Lee Winnell to direct it.
After Mortal Kombat movie, I wanted Gareth Evans.
Oh god, that would have been good. It just depends on how they have the movie, you know. I think it depends on the action. That movie is solidified on action. If the action is filmed like shit,
it doesn't. It dies.
Yeah, it completely dies. Uncharted, same thing. All these movies. I don't get how you make bad action scenes nowadays.
Yeah.
That can be a whole nother podcast, which I think after seeing Bloodshot, when you see Bloodshot, we can have a discussion next podcast about it. Because I'm so fucking tired of bad action scenes. It is not hard to pull the camera back and let a stunt double do something.
Exactly.
Don't let 55-year-old Vin Diesel throw around a fucking punch anymore if you can't show it. And you know what? I know he can because I've seen Fast and Furious. Those action sequences are good. Which, speaking of Fast and Furious, that also got delayed.
All right. Conspiracy theory time.
I don't think they're done with the movie.
I don't think they're done with the movie. I think they need... So, I think they delayed because of the virus. I don't think the virus is the only reason why they delayed it.
Because they wouldn't it back later.
Yeah, they wouldn't just delay it a year already. I think they're not satisfied with the movie. Therefore, they need reshoots. But due to everything that is going on, they can't schedule reshoots right away or so soon.
Because they probably have to film out of the country.
So, since they don't know when they can film these reshoots, they just scheduled until next year. Next year, the movie will come out. Meanwhile, this thing will calm down, and they'll have their reshoot.
And that's why I'm here to also tell you this. I agree with you. I think the same thing with No Time to Die. I really think the same thing with So I know Cary Fukunaga. Do you follow him on Instagram?
No, but
he's really funny.
One video the other day,
like how he's going through his schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're polishing the movie. I don't think it was done.
Okay.
I think this virus came around. They're like, hey, let's push it back to November. Bond usually comes out in November. We'll probably make more money in November anyways. But also, let's polish this movie. Let's make it the best Bond film yet. And I think they said, okay, let's do it. I agree with you on Fast 9. Because think about it. No other film has been pushed back in May yet. Why would you push it? Now, if it was April and this is still a big thing, push the fucking film back.
Yeah.
But I think it's also the same thing. When final Marvel trailers come out and tickets usually go up, where's Black Widow's tickets? They're not up.
Yeah.
So I think they're still waiting. I think if by April this is still this big of a thing, they're gonna push Black Widow back.
I said that just the other day. If the beginning of April things are still this crazy or even more, they're going to push it back.
Mm-hmm. And I think they'll push it back to August.
August, okay, that's interesting.
I think they'll wait till after the summer. It'll be right before Eternals, and it'll be right before Winter Soldier and Falcon.
True.
So I think they'll kind of have it'll literally go Black Widow, Winter Soldier, Mandalorian, Eternals, and then WandaVision.
Yeah.
Which I'm most excited for is WandaVision.
The one I'm most excited for is What If.
I love the animated. I need to see what stories they're telling.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the only thing. To be honest, though, if we're talking about my most anticipated Marvel series, it's Moon Knight.
True. But I still want to see who they cast on that one.
Dude, I still want Shia LaBeouf, but I know they won't do it. I know they won't. I know he won't do it.
If he was a little bit older and he wasn't as thin, because I've never seen this guy look anything different than what he's always looked like.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet would be a fucking great Moon Knight if he could bulk up. I don't know if he can. Yeah. If he could, and he was a little bit.
Who would also be a really good James McAvoy.
Oh yes.
They won't do it though because of the Professor X thing soon.
Sure.
And I actually think they're gonna go for an unknown. I really think a lot of those. I think Miss Marvel, same thing. We're gonna get a very big unknown.
Yeah.
I think She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk will actually be the one character that they actually get a big star for.
Yes.
Not big star, but I think someone. Dude, after seeing the Hunt, I want Betty Gilpin in a Marvel film or DC.
Yeah, I could see her as She-Hulk. She's got the look. She's got the power,
the physicality. Yeah. I dig it. And then of course Mark Ruffalo signed on as well for She-Hulk now. So
I'm excited for She-Hulk.
General Ross is also going to be in it.
Yeah.
And someone said he's going to be Red Hulk. Do you think he shows up as Red Hulk? I think they're setting up the Thunderbolts. So
I was just going to bring that up. I don't know, because my favorite iteration of the Thunderbolts is one that happened a few years ago where they have Punisher in the Thunderbolts as well. And he's got the red skull instead of a white one. I don't know if I think they're going to spread seeds and see how it works. And then if people like it and ask for it, they're going to give us Thunderbolts.
Yeah, because I think it'll be, if they do it, it'll be Zemo, Red Hulk. Who else? Oh, I think what's his face from Iron Man 2 comes back.
Ivan
Sam Rockwell. Sam
Rockwell. Okay.
I think he comes back. I think they want him back.
Yeah. Who doesn't want Sam Rockwell?
No, I know. He's so freaking good, dude. Anything he shows up in, he's so good.
Yeah.
But I think those three are for sure going to be a part of the lineup. Okay. And then let's see, who else would they have? I don't really know the lineup of Thunderbolts. I'm just kind of going off the popular.
The one I was talking about was more of an anti-hero type of team.
Okay.
But I know classically, like you were mentioning, they're more villains.
Okay.
So that's why I was kind of shocked when you said that who did you say it was Red Hulk and Zemo? When you said Zemo, I was like, what? He's not a part of it. Okay, so the one
is he not? I thought he was.
He was at one point. He was, but that just wasn't the iteration of Thunderbolts I was talking about.
So you know Norman Osborn's officially the leader right now.
Really?
In the comics, yeah, it's Norman Osborn, Moonstone, Bullseye, Penance, Radioactive Man, Songbird, Swordsman, and Venom.
Okay, so very much a classical lineup. That's like one of the classic ones. The one I really like, and they're more anti-heroes, is Red Hulk, the Punisher, Agent Venom.
Okay, I'm reading the one. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Elektra
right
and Deadpool. Deadpool obviously is not going to be there, but
you don't know that yet, though.
True, but
I'm telling you,
I don't count on him being there. This is my expectation.
And Ghost Rider joins it too,
And
right?
Ghost Rider joins it at one point, but he's not like a mainstay.
Uh-huh.
I think
But I think I'm
if
telling
they
you right
get
now, I think Ghost Rider shows up in. I think Ghost Rider and Blade both show up in Doctor Strange.
I think go
I think Blade for
I think
sure.
Blade maybe shows up in Doctor Strange. I think Ghost Rider shows up in Moon Knight.
That's also not. And the werewolf. They're doing. I know they're gonna do
Yeah.
the werewolf. So
Well, Werewolf at Night, isn't it?
yeah,
Name.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's dude. I'm so excited. I think honestly, we're gonna absolutely have to put a pin in this. I
Yeah.
think we should save the next podcast we do should just be straight up theories for Marvel and what we want them to do next.
Okay.
I think the audience will want it, and I think it'll be fun, especially since there will probably be nothing to do.
Yes.
But going back, obviously, so Mulan's been pushed back. Fast 9, I believe your theory. I don't think they're. Okay, I know someone who saw a test screen. They said it was good.
Okay.
But they said the trailer showed way too much, like way too much.
It's a 4-minute trailer. No movie should have a 4-minute trailer.
Dude, I was talking to my girlfriend about this because I don't like that John Cena's in the movie. Nothing against him. Yeah. I don't think he should be in the movie. You know who should have played his brother? Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
As an older badass brother,
yeah,
Dave Bautista could have played that off really well. John Cena's kind of like the big teddy bear.
I think John Cena can play a good bad guy. I just don't think John Cena can play Vin Diesel's brother.
100%. I think, dude, Dave Bautista would have been so good in that role.
Yeah, I agree. Because, like, you look at John Cena and Vin Diesel, you're like, you're not brothers. I don't believe that you're brothers.
No, you look like nothing alike. Dave Bautista, I could at least see.
Yes.
So I don't know. That's a whole fucking other discussion too. So I do agree with you. I do think they pushed it back. I mean, this film, I don't know. But you know, it's funny. Fast 10 was supposed to come out next year too. Yeah. So that's getting pushed, obviously, to 2022. I think it will come out 2022 or 2023. But now I'm also thinking, when are we getting Hobbs and Shaw 2? They set that thing up. That thing made money.
True. But they haven't announced it officially, have they?
No. Which is weird. I don't know. Maybe they weren't satisfied with it. Maybe they were expecting $1 billion from it. I wasn't really. I was expecting 700 to 800.
Yeah. Maybe they're like, maybe they have something in Fast 9 that then Hobbs and Shaw come back.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Fast 10 is going to be, at this point, everyone's going to come back. Gal Gadot's going to be in 10. There's no way they killed her off.
I agree.
I've seen Han die twice now. He's not like, so I think Fast 10 is going to be like their Civil War. Or like their end game. Like it'll be their culmination of their whole franchise.
Team Toretto versus Team Hobbs.
Literally.
I'm pulling for Team Hobbs.
I'm pulling for Keanu Reeves, who will eventually show up in this franchise as well.
Oh my god.
I think he's the villain of Hobbs and Shaw, like the one that we don't see.
I thought it was. I swear to God, the first thought that came to my mind as I was watching Hobbs and Shaw, my first thought was, that's Han. The voice is Han. He's not dead.
Dude, I would have done that. I would have dug that. You know what else I was thinking also? I was like, why does this feel like Saturday Night Live? There's so many cameos in this fucking movie.
True. The cameos
every time I watch it, dude,
bothersome.
The Kevin Hart one's terrible.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's so abrupt. Ryan Reynolds is fine. I was fine with the Ryan Reynolds one.
Because it's Kevin Hart first one, so it's like, oh, cool, a cameo, so it doesn't bother you that much.
Even Eliza Gonzalez has one too in there.
Yeah.
Like, so we're setting up a team.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh my God. So that's been delayed. Obviously, No Time to Die has also been delayed. I told you. I think it's the same thing. They wanted to polish it up, make it the best Bond film possible. I think the reshoots, everything is done in that part. I think it's like just polishing the movie up.
Okay.
I think that, and I think November was a better time. Anyways, I think they were also worried about the virus. I think that's a whole mixed thing. Fast 9 definitely got pushed back because you don't push it back a whole year. Especially when you still have 2 months to go and see how the virus goes. Because I was thinking, I was like, how dumb would it be if in April everything's fine and you push back the film for nothing? So Disney has pushed back 2 other films too. So Antlers, I was actually really looking forward to, which has been pushed back I think twice now as well. Because of the Disney merger was the first 2 times. I'm actually really looking forward to this movie because I love Wendigos and I'm so curious to see what it looks like in this. I haven't even seen a trailer for this movie, to be completely honest, but I'm looking forward to it. But That's burying the hatch. That one got pushed back. Probably come out around October or something.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the real one. I'm so fucking pissed. I'm so pissed.
Me too, man.
No,
Me too.
I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be the only person that likes this fucking movie. I'm gonna be the only person that likes this movie. That is New Mutants. Stop! This is the most unlucky movie in history.
The universe just doesn't want us to see this movie.
No,
For
I'm
some
gonna
reason.
tell you right now. Okay, my friend who sees all these test screens, he has seen the first test screen in this movie and said it was
Oh
really
my
good.
God. What, did he see it in 1942?
Probably.
Okay.
So, this is the most unlucky movie in history. It first got pushed back because of the Fox wanting to change the movie.
Yeah.
Then it got pushed back because Deadpool 2 is too close to Deadpool 2. Then they pushed it back because it was too close to Dark Phoenix. Then the Disney merger happened. And Disney said, we're releasing on April. And I told everyone, it's going to happen. And you know what? It was. Think about it. They were dropping trailers, advertisements. The new poster was dope as shit. The new poster was so cool.
It was. I really like the new poster.
Told Josh Boone, make whatever you want now. Just make the movie you wanted to make. And did you see the sequels he was talking about doing with Antonio Banderas?
No.
So Antonio Banderas, from what I understand, he's actually probably going to be the after. They probably got rid of it, but so from what I understand, it was very much rumored that the after credit scene was originally Doctor Sinister, Mr. Sinister, with John Hamm playing him. But apparently they cut that out.
Good.
Yeah, so apparently they cut that out though. I don't know if that was actually filmed or not, or if that was the original plan. Then they announced that Antonio Banderas was going to be in it, and Rosario Dawson had been cut out, and they recasted her. And he was supposed to be the villain for the next film where they were supposed to go. Like, he pretty much laid out where his trilogy was supposed to go with this film.
Okay.
Definitely not happening.
Yep.
Sucks. I actually think this will be a really good movie. I'm here to say I think New Mutants will be a really good movie, and I think that's why it's not going on Disney Plus or Hulu.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I think Disney knows it won't make that much money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're not giving the reshoots. That's why they're not doing any of this. They're just going to release it as is. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but I think it's going to be a good movie. But
from what I remember of the first trailer, which I saw when it came out,
see the second one?
It looks really good.
Did you see the second one? The newest one?
The second one.
Dude, it's awesome. It is awesome.
That's what I've heard, but I didn't see it by choice.
I know.
Second trailer stuff.
But goddamn, the most unlucky movie in history. I'm going to tell you right now, I actually do think at this point, I don't want it to go on Disney Plus or Hulu. I want to see it in the theater.
Me too.
I want to see this in the theater.
And they know that no matter how little money they make, they're going to make more money by releasing it than they would if they didn't release it.
So, when do you think this movie comes out?
Oh my God. Honestly, and I hope I'm wrong, I'm thinking this one, okay, again, I have two guesses. Two guesses. It's either early October, late September, early October, or they're going to delay it a year, and it's going to come out next April.
Okay, so let's look at IMDb again, real fast. Okay. So you said late September?
Late September, early October.
Okay, because I think that would actually be a pretty good time to actually release the movie.
Yeah.
So where's the coming soon part? Why are they still showing Quiet Place on the schedule? Do not. So you said late August, right?
Yeah. No, late September, early October.
Okay, late September. So late September, we have Monster Hunter and Conjuring in the beginning, Kingsman in the middle, The Many Saints of Newark, which is the Sopranos movie.
Yeah.
And Last Night in Soho is the last week.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
Yeah, so I probably won't do it in September. So let's look at October.
Yeah.
October, the first week, is Untitled Sony/Marvel sequel. Not happening.
Not happening.
And also Bios, which is a post-apocalyptic movie starring Tom Hanks.
Oh, yeah. That's very accurate right now.
October 9th is Death on the Nile and the Witches movie, which is the Ronald Dahl movie.
Mm-hmm.
October 16th is Halloween Kills and Snake Eyes.
Oh, Snake Eyes is already coming out this year. Cool.
Yeah, unless they push it back. You could release it either the last week or even the first week
of October.
Yeah, I think I think there's opening, but I don't think so. I think it goes to next year.
Yeah.
But at the same time, next year is so stacked with movies.
It is.
And Disney, I feel like, is, especially when it comes to Marvel,
Hmm.
those are the movies I don't think they want to push back.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
those, and especially like the way that the schedule has to go. Because if you push one movie back, you
Yeah.
can't have it come out after because of their whole
Exactly.
timeline thing. So you have to. I don't know. It's curious. What other films got pushed back? I feel like Peter Rabbit with
Peter Rabbit, but but I think unless something else has been pushed back while we were.
I've looked on Twitter. I haven't seen
Okay.
anything that's been pushed back so far.
Okay.
Um,
So nothing.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, it looks like that is all. That's nothing else has been pushed back. I'm like scrolling through real fast to make
Yeah.
sure. Oh, Venom. Wait, no. Okay, Venom didn't get pushed back.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Is this a fake? Yeah, the stupid, disgusting films parody thing. Disgusting Cinema said Venom 2 has been pushed back, but that's not true.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be surprised on that though. I wouldn't be surprised if that one gets pushed back.
Me neither. I wouldn't care either, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No. But it looks like there is nothing that has been pushed back while we've done this. The second we end this, though, something will get pushed back.
Yeah. I mean, by the time we finish this, I'm sure until the end of the day, a lot of more things will get pushed back.
Yep. Okay. So I want to ask you, who do you think? What other movies do you think get delayed?
Ooh, let me take a look at the coming
so
soon.
I'll go through March and I'll start reading.
Okay.
So I think March is done. Do you think Saint Maud gets pushed back, the A24 film, or no? I don't think so.
I don't think so, because that's too small of a film to worry about.
Yeah. So New Mutants and Peter Rabbit are done. You think Trolls gets pushed back or no?
No, I don't.
My Spy already got pushed back. I saw that. Literally, dude, they pushed it back. They literally delayed it the day before it came out.
They didn't delay it over here. It's going.
No.
It came out today. I'm going to see it tomorrow.
I saw it. I think there's an embargo, but people posted reviews. I liked it. I'll say that. I liked it. I liked
Cool.
it. I'm not gonna say it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely some cringy moments, but it's good. It seems like the rest of April is all indie films, so nothing big.
There's Promising Young Woman, supposedly.
I don't think it gets pushed back.
I don't think either.
Black Widow.
I'm going to give the Marvel answer and say let's wait until early April to see.
I don't think so.
I hope not either.
Scooby.
I don't think so.
Spiral.
Ooh, that's a tricky one.
I think if it's not good, if Black Widow gets pushed back, Spiral gets pushed back.
Yes, I agree with that.
SpongeBob movie.
I don't know. I don't care.
Do you like any of them?
No, I've never been a SpongeBob guy, so I've never watched them.
All right, here's the big movie. I'm the only one anticipating this because I've read every single book. Artemis Fowl.
I'm going to. If Black Widow gets delayed, this one will get delayed.
Okay, because it's the last movie in May.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
I'm not excited, but I'm not against it either. I liked everything I've seen, but I don't get what this is, you know?
So I will say, if I didn't read the book, I wouldn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
So the book is really good, though. The book is really good. The only issue I have is I get why they went the age range with Artemis that they did, because that's the same age range as the book. They should have bumped his age up a bit, though. They should have gone for an older actor. I don't like the kid that they have to play him. June 5th is Wonder Woman. Push back or no?
Let's wait. Because June.
Yeah, what about Candyman?
Yeah, now in June it starts to be like, we gotta wait, but I don't think Candyman would get. Let's pretend it's still going strong at this point. I don't think Candyman gets pushed back.
You know what I do see getting pushed back in here, though? Soul and Top Gun, if it's still bad.
Yeah, I agree.
To be honest, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Top Gun gets pushed back no matter what.
Really?
Dude, it's coming out the same day as In the Heights. I don't think that's a smart decision at all. I know they're completely different.
Yeah.
But In the Heights, I mean, I'm not a musical person. I want to see In the Heights.
I haven't even seen the trailer.
Oh, dude, it looks so good. But yeah, no, so This is a sad time, man.
I think In the Heights would be the one that gets delayed between the two of those.
Really.
Yeah.
It's gonna be curious, man. So do we we throw this in the dungeon, correct?
Yeah, we throw
Every
this
single
in.
choice.
I mean, we don't like this at all.
No.
I wanted to see these movies. I already had my tickets for No Time to Die. It's
I
a
guess
horrible
that Fast and Furious concert was for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, we got to talk about this one real quick. It's still
Okay.
about the raccoon virus. I was about to say it. I didn't.
The raccoon virus. If this still gets demonetized because we said raccoon, I'll be so pissed.
Me too. So everyone's favorite human being on the entire planet,
Yes.
Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson, they found themselves being tested positive for coronavirus. They've been quarantined in Australia. They got immediate access, and they're doing fine. I woke up.
They were filming the Baz Luhrmann Elvis movie out there.
Yeah.
And Shang-Chi now, the director's quarantined.
Yeah. And yesterday I woke up with the news that he was tested positive. Today I woke up with the news that they're doing really good. They already took a picture together. So they're doing fine. There's nothing to be worried about. And my heart is really happy. I'm going to half throw this in the dungeon because you do not, in fact, Tom Hanks. There's, in fact, Harvey fucking Weinstein.
Why doesn't he have it?
Exactly.
And honestly, here's my thing. He has 23 years in prison?
Yeah.
We all know this prison's like fucking mansion, right?
Yeah.
There's no way he's getting like dropping the soap or type shit. Like, let's be honest. Like, he ain't, and that's what pisses me off. So, but if he is in prison, someone shank him.
Yeah.
Okay, I swear if that actually comes out.
Do you want me to cut that part out?
I don't care. I've said worse on air. I've said worse. I don't care.
Okay, so I'm throwing in the dungeon personally the fact that Tom Hanks is infected, but I'm nodding that he's doing all right and he's with his wife. What are your thoughts?
I'm same thing as you, man. I actually have a funny story. This girl at my work, we were talking about Tom Hanks getting it, and she goes, "Who's Tom Hanks?"
What?
Dude, we literally said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" We said Toy Story. He plays Woody. She goes, "I've never seen it." We said, "Okay, have you ever seen Catch Me If You Can?" Forrest Gump. She goes, "No."
What?
I'm just like, what the fuck? How do you not know? So I'm gonna say this though. So one of my coworkers actually asked me. She said, "What would you do if you found out that he died?"
I would cry.
I would. That would be like, I think the last sad I was over a celebrity dying. I mean, I'm pretty sad about almost any of them. Like, I was pretty sad about Kobe, Princess Leia. I think it was Robin Williams was the last one that I went.
Wow. Yeah.
Man. But
Mine
Tom Hanks
was probably Carrie Fisher, but Robin Williams right before that one.
It just was so sudden. That's why I think I was so shocked by it, because I remember, and it's weird. Like, we remember where we were. Like, I remember where I was when I found out about Carrie Fisher. Mac Miller, I'm a big fan of his. I remember exactly what I was doing when he died. Kobe, I walked out of my Wendy's screening at Sundance and got a text saying Kobe Bryant died, and then like everyone was talking about it.
I walked out of my The Turning screening when I found out about Kobe.
I can't believe he still passed, dude.
Yeah.
I can't, man. So I really hope Tom Hanks gets through this. I mean, I'm sure he will. He's a young. Well, he's not
and
young.
Rita as well.
Rita as well, dude. That's what no one's talking about. Like, we need to protect these people with our lives. I also do find it funny, within the span of like 3 hours, so many things got canceled after that.
Exactly.
Like, I was sitting waiting for My Spy, NBA, freaking that. Literally every single thing just kept going up. It was, and I keep checking Twitter. I'm like, okay, what else is gonna get delayed? Come on, what else? What else? Come on.
It's like it infected Tom Hanks, and that's when we knew something was wrong. That was the snowball. Like, everyone freaked out after Tom Hanks got infected, which, I mean, yeah, makes sense.
It just sucks. So, the Geeks of the Roundtable are strong. Huzzah!
Huzzah! We're still here. We're still going strong. We haven't infected each other. That's why we're communicating like this. Otherwise, we'd be sitting in the same room.
You know what? Even if we did get sick, we could still do the podcast.
That's true.
That is very true. So, but this is a great installment. This is a great second week. I'm so happy to be doing this podcast with you, man. Like, just, it gives us one excuse to be able to communicate with each other once a week. because we all have busy schedules, and I'm just excited that we get to do this with each other. So thank you everyone for watching this.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Zach, for doing this with me. I'm really happy. I'm really having fun scheduling these episodes with you and talking about it like almost 2 hours today. And I can't wait to do it again. Maybe it'll run longer. Maybe it'll run shorter. Maybe since we'll have no movies to talk about, we'll just tell each other what we ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So
yeah, and talk about Marvel, theorize about Marvel
Yes.
stuff that will never happen.
Exactly. So let the people know where they can find you, Zach.
So you guys can find me on YouTube, of course, at Zach Pope. Just type that in. Also, if you guys didn't get to see, if you're in the United States, there's a national TV program called The List. I got to be on it. I filmed 3 segments. Filming 3 more soon, but this coronavirus has kind of delayed everything and kind of sucks. We were supposed to do a bunch of James Bond stuff, but thank you guys always for the support. Ren, thank you so much for having this idea of the Geeks of the Roundtable, because we are geeks and we are a roundtable. We will be bringing guests on here soon. I think we're just kind of working out the kinks, making this podcast as great as possible, and then we're going to have some people joining us probably in the next couple of weeks, because we're all going to need something to do.
Exactly.
But it's great, and if you guys want to check this out on audio, again, head over to iTunes or Spotify. I'm sure you're putting the links down below. Yep. So head over to those. If you're on iTunes, though, please leave us a rating. Please leave us a rating. Let us know how great the Good Boys are. Let us know how great the Geeks of the Round Table are. All these different kind of podcast segments are all going on there, and it's all for fun. So thank you guys again, and thank you, Ren, as always.
Thank you, Zach, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for watching or listening, either on iTunes or Spotify. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We'll be back very soon with a 3rd episode, hopefully with better news about movies that are back on track and coming out very soon. You can find me everywhere at Ren Geekness, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I hope to see you in the next one. And as I always say, until the next one, love each other and love the movies, even though they're not coming out.